Alright, finally, I'm going to show you how I go about setting up my 20-foot guide gear climbing sticks. This is my first time using them. I actually couldn't find anything on the internet that really goes into detail as to how they work or how they go together. So hopefully I'll be able to clarify for some folks out there that don't know any better. But that's my tree, that's my sticks, and in a few minutes I'll be up top hanging on my hang-on stand. Alright, enjoy! Okay, so when you get all your pieces laid out, make sure you find the one with the cross beam on there. There's a small one, and there's another one, and it's a big one. The way the steps are configured on these, the way they angle up, I have to use this as my bottom step. And that means this small one has to go on the top. I just don't have that much more of a handle to use. It's a small sacrifice, but not a terribly big deal. Now with the guide gear, you get straps that come in a little plastic bag like this. Each bag is its own setup. They come in two parts. The rubber ends off. One strap is open, and the other end has a loop. And on these ladders, there's only one part that has a hole for this hook to go in. It's all part of your getting ready process. Kind of wish I did this at home. Save me some time. Do yourself a favor and at least do this stuff at home. Save a little bit more time in the woods. And at first I was a little bit confused as to what they wanted me to do with this loop. Real simple. Take the part that goes up against the tree, put it through that bar so it dangles, and then you just take the other end of the line, the one with the hook on it, put it through that loop. Pull it all the way through, cinch up on itself, and that's locked on. Now you can take the strap and wrap it around the tree. So just tighten those down as best you can. Of course, it's easy on the ground level too. So at least get that one nice and sturdy and tight. Make sure your step is on the ground. Notice I moved away any of the sticks and loose brush that was in the way. Put it up flush against the tree, wrapped it around. Try to keep the strap as flat and as even as possible. You see, that's where I did the loop and tied it through. Cinched it up as tight as I could, and that part is fairly okay. Now proceed to the next step, remembering to alternate the steps. I'll find my next piece, and I'll use this one. This one happens to be correct. I got the holes lined up. There you are. Take my pin. Each steps connect with one of these. Alright. I wanted to point out this too, a little caveat that should be pointed out to maintain a little bit more stealth. There's no right or wrong way to put these on here, but I prefer to keep these so the loop is on the opposite side of where my boot is going to be stepping, so I don't hit that on the way up with my toe. That is echoing like a gunshot in the woods right now. Imagine what that's going to sound like when you're trying to hunt something. So now I got that step on. I'm going to go and start stepping up the ladder. Use my lineman's line and go from there. Doing this by yourself, you can really start to appreciate what a pain in the ass it is when you have to keep coming down the ladder, continuing untangling all your lines, hooking things up with your tow rope, and going back up, forgetting your cotter pins on the ground. Alright, so that was a lot harder than it should have been, but that's it. And it's approximately 20 feet up there. Now the real fun part, hanging up the lock on. Alright, just like with the ladder, untangle all my lines. I'm going to hook up my tow rope after I get it off my body. I'm going to hook it up to my stand. Climb the ladder with my my lineman's line, and I'm going to tow the stand up, and hopefully it won't be too much of a pain in the ass getting it hooked onto the tree. Safety first.